This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. It is Saturday, July 11th, 2026. We are recording from a very warm Germany today. Let's jump right in.
Time for The Gist View. Today we are looking at a massive new lawsuit. Apple is suing Open Artificial Intelligence in federal court.
Apple claims Open Artificial Intelligence poached over 400 former employees. The goal? To steal confidential hardware designs.
This isn't about ChatGPT or language models. This is about physical gadgets. Open Artificial Intelligence wants to build its own consumer devices. They want to bypass Apple's iOS software ecosystem entirely.
To do this, Open Artificial Intelligence bought a design studio led by Jony Ive. He's a famous former Apple designer.
Open Artificial Intelligence paid $6.4 billion for that studio last year.
Apple's lawsuit zeroes in on Tang Tan. He used to be Apple's head of hardware. Apple says Open Artificial Intelligence explicitly directed him to extract unreleased product files. That crosses the line from aggressive hiring into corporate espionage. So let's look at who benefits here. The obvious answer is Apple. Apple makes huge profits from its App Store. If Open Artificial Intelligence builds a new, wildly popular device that doesn't use Apple software, Apple loses that massive cut of revenue.
Exactly. It's a classic power play over resource flows. Think of it like a toll bridge. Apple owns the bridge. Open Artificial Intelligence is trying to build a hovercraft to go right over it. Now, Apple is using the courts to tie up that hovercraft in legal red tape.
The Financial Times reminds us that Apple did this before. Back in 2011, they launched a huge patent war against Samsung. It lasted for years, but it didn't stop Android from going global.
This lawsuit exposes a major structural shift. A legacy hardware monopoly is weaponizing the legal system. They want to stall agile competitors who are building the next era of computing. It buys them time, but it rarely stops the future.
Moving on to the global overview, let's look up. Way up. On July 4th, China's Tianwen-2 spacecraft reached its target.
It successfully met up with Lewa. That is a near-Earth asteroid that orbits the Sun in sync with us.
The plan is to bring a surface sample back to Earth next year in 2027. Wired reports this is a huge step.
It shows China is building serious deep space logistics. This isn't just science. It's about future resource extraction, mining asteroids. China's proving they have the operational power to do this, giving them major structural leverage in space.
Back on Earth, let's look at United States politics. A sweeping housing affordability package just became law, but President Trump refused to sign it.
Bloomberg reports he intentionally called the bill a yawn. This is a big deal because it hurts his own party. The GOP, the United States Republican Party, wanted to use this bill as a major talking point for their 2026 midterm election campaigns.
Trump's snub undercuts their entire message. At the same time, we are tracking new federal grant freezes in the United States.
The Trump administration is pausing government money for scientific research. They are also conducting ideological reviews of projects.
This drains power and resources directly away from academic institutions. It is a structural hollowing out of the United States scientific enterprise.
Meanwhile, global stock markets are facing a reality check. Bloomberg notes that stocks have been priced for sunshine and rainbows. Now they face an earnings test. Investors want to see if corporate profits actually match these high stock valuations, especially with inflation hanging around.
Let's turn to the European perspective. Big political news in Moldova. President Maia Sandu just named a new prime minister.
His name is Vasyl Tofan. He is 44 years old. Politico notes he isn't a career politician. He is a managing partner at Horizon Capital. That is a private equity firm, a company that invests money directly into private businesses.
Tofan replaces Alexandru Muntanu. Muntanu recently resigned over corruption scandals. Tofan has one clear goal: sign a treaty to join the European Union by the end of 2028.
Elevating a financier sends a strong signal. Moldova wants to force strict private sector discipline onto its state government.
Right. By hiring a business outsider, the president bypasses the old political patronage networks. She is changing how the resources flow.
But there's a huge risk. Tofan is an unelected technocrat. That means he is a technical expert, not someone who won a popular vote. If he slashes government spending too much, it could trigger severe austerity.
And that financial pain could easily fracture public support for joining the European Union.
Over in Ukraine, the information war is escalating. A Russian strike recently hit a famous cave monastery in Kyiv. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Right after the strike, images popped up online claiming Ukraine staged the damage itself.
But the German broadcaster ZDF confirmed those visuals were fake. They were entirely generated by artificial intelligence.
This shows exactly how synthetic media is used today. Fake images create immediate confusion. They run interference. Ultimately, they lower the geopolitical cost of destroying cultural infrastructure.
Finally, a quick weather note from right here in Germany. The German Weather Service, or DWD, recorded daytime temperatures hitting 37 degrees Celsius. That is nearly 99 degrees Fahrenheit.
And the nights are staying structurally warmer too. ZDF reports this isn't just a freak heat wave, it's a sustained shift.
And it forces a rapid change in resources. Local municipalities now have to redirect their capital. They have to spend money immediately to build physical infrastructure that can survive extreme heat.
That brings us to today's temperature check. Apple's legal maneuvers show how legacy tech giants will fight tooth and nail to protect their old profit margins from artificial intelligence upstarts. Meanwhile, political maneuvering in the United States and technocratic gambles in Moldova remind us that resource flows dictate the future. Whether you're building a new app ecosystem, passing a housing bill, or preparing to mine an asteroid, power goes to whoever controls the capital and the operational logistics.
Exactly. The rules of the game are constantly being rewritten by the players holding the purse strings. That is the gist for today.
If you found today's breakdown useful and want to stay ahead of these global shifts, you should get the Gist Daily newsletter. It's completely free and independent.
Just tap the subscribe link right there in your show notes. We'll be in your inbox every morning to keep you sharp. See you next time.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.